time!
Kojima Station!
100 views right now!
All right. Welcome to the show, everybody. Sorry for the delay. We had some technical difficulties here, but it's worth it because we're working on getting a special making of behind-the-scenes video for you here, which we're going to start off with. So, play the video, please.
お願いします
More technical difficulties.
More.
But
There's a kind of.
we're working on. Here we go. Okay.
Ten days ago, we got reports that Paz was still alive. She was rescued by a Belizean fisherman who found her drifting in the Caribbean.
So what's the plan? Kept you waiting, huh?
Whoa! Yeah.
Thank you. That's what we had to stand up.
And that's why we had to keep you waiting. All right, so hopefully that was worth it. Start off with some introductions here. I'm your host, Sean Icestone, here with Jorge Mendoza.
Hola a todos, ¿cómo están?
Our special guest today, who'll be commenting on AI, Max Preston.
What's up?
Ludwig Forsell with his mad guitar skills.
Siena, siena.
And Chris Johns.
Bird.
All right. So today, it's raining and storming here in Tokyo. Also something that we're a little bummed about. We had a Hanami scheduled for today. Which
So what is a Hanami? I don't think people understand.
Explain. Jorge,
So
what is a
first
Hanami?
thing off, in Japan, spring is a big thing. It's very easy to chill. It's really cold, and all of a sudden it's cold. It's like gray out there, and all of a sudden you start seeing these things outside. This is right outside the office. This is like right there.
Yeah, those are
Yes.
cherry blossoms.
Cherry blossoms.
Cherry blossom,
there.
sakura.
So what people do in Japan traditionally is on a nice day when the cherry blossoms are blooming, we go outside, we have a nice time, drink together, you know, all the guys in the studio. Unfortunately, it's storming outside right now, and we had to cancel. So all the guys back there are pretty bummed.
Fortunately, though, like 3 of us went the other day just to the park and had a couple of beers there. But it was supposed to be today. It was supposed to be like an official, you know, studio-wide thing, and I was really looking forward to it. And well, storm and rain, and it's horrible today out there.
But everything is good here.
No doubt.
Except for the long 30-minute delay.
Fashionably late.
So fashionably late, yes. So we're gonna move right ahead here. We're gonna kick it off right away with some records. So basically, last week we discussed the app, Ground Zeroes, MGS5 Ground Zeroes app, which allows you to check out some pretty cool records in the game, and it has some cool features as well. So on the Japanese side, yesterday actually, we had our lead level designer for Ground Zeroes. His name, we call him Let's in the studio. His real name is Yoshike-san, and he decided to try and break some of these records that are being set.
No doubt.
Right? So in order to help people out there do the same, we actually put together a series of simple videos to help you, give you some pointers to how you can maybe score some of these, records and achieve some of these challenges. So let's go ahead and introduce some of those right now. So we'll start off with some basic tips. Yes, so show video, please.
I love seeing that.
Okay, so basic techniques here. All right, so this is going for the longest headshot with tranquilizer, right? So here you can see, this is a basic technique here. So you gotta hold up a guy, right? Okay. So you gotta get him in position here. CQC is very important, right? Then you wanna hold him up.
He's just
Okay.
waiting.
Okay, so you got him hold up. And now he won't move, right? So you can adjust your distance, and you can see here the reticule changes color from red to white. So you can see the effective range. Red means it'll fly straight. White means you gotta account for gravity. So you gotta account for the bullet drop. So we back up to the distance, and you can see the meters, the distance up above his head, because we have them marked. Yeah. And then you know if you're gonna set the record or not.
You should watch out for your surroundings as well.
You should, yes. So one thing to point out, a very basic technique is make sure you're in the clear before you try this. Right,
take out all other
so this is
bars
Kodekata-san playing here. So you see it took him a few shots.
Okay, so this is not Let's. Okay.
Yeah, this is not Let's playing right now. Okay, so we got it, and he has
39.
39.
Yeah.
Not bad, right? Okay, so now we're gonna go for longest headshot, just without tranquilizer, just a general longest headshot. So of course for this, it's better to use a rifle. So here we have Snake set up with a sniper rifle. And same thing, we basically try to make the base nice and quiet first, so you have a clear shot. Mark him. And look for the farthest guy. Okay, there we go. Now we got to aim a little high, because at this distance, even the sniper rifle will have some bullet drop, right? Yeah. So aim a little high.
Oh!
And there you go. That's 227.
Okay, that's
227 meters. Not bad. Not
that's
bad.
like half the.
Right, about
record.
half the world record. So, okay. Now here we go. This is incapacitating all the enemies in the stage as quickly as possible. So this will help you to basically set up for setting a lot of these records. This is the first thing you should do. Basically, what's really useful here is just going around holding up all the enemies and ordering them to get down. Okay, so this is a fast way. It'll get them on the ground and they won't move, which means you can go around the stage and do your thing, try to set your records. Very useful technique.
Down, get down!
Get down. And we are using the Japanese version here, because this was Kodekata-san playing yesterday.
Kodekata-san, one of our producers here, he's watching from there behind.
Yep, he's here watching us right now.
Yeah, making sure we don't screw up his gameplay.
There's not much we can do right now.
Yeah, so going around, taking all these guys out. Basically just sneaking up behind him, holding him up, ordering him to get down.
Obviously, he's got a good idea of the whereabouts of most soldiers.
Right. So now we have all of them down. So you can go ahead and make as much noise as you want. You can throw grenades, do whatever you want. These guys are down. They're not going to move. Not going to wake up.
They're so scared.
So now you can just go ahead and set whatever record you want, right? So this is the state that you want to have the stage in before you start trying to set any records. It'll make things much easier. Right, so you can see we can even get in here and just start shooting the crap out of everything. Yeah.
Go wild, boy.
Nobody will raise an alarm, and you can do whatever you want. So this is how you want to set up the stage, right? So that's the basic. That's the basic technique first. So this is just the setup, right, before you actually start setting some records. Now, next we're going to look at actually how you can set some of these records, all right, and some of the records that you can set, some of the challenges. So we'll go ahead and roll the next video.
お願いします。
Oh, the trial records.
Okay, so these are side challenges, right? Different missions have different challenges. So, for example, here you can kill all the crows in the Deja Vu mission.
Oh, yeah.
So it's, you know, who can kill the most crows. So here we go. So you can see some crows out here.
I think
flying
I've
around.
never even taken one of them down.
Yeah. So each mission has these unique challenges that maybe people don't realize, but you know, you can unlock special rewards for doing this, and the game does keep track of it. So you know, of course, you can just start shooting at crows. This does vary per mission as well. So if you're trying to set records, try all the various missions. And I think Deja Vu mission and the Jamais Vu mission have quite a few unusual challenges in them.
Yeah.
Here's a secret weapon
Yeah.
for shooting crows. This is like the best weapon right here. Shotgun, right? It has a nice wide spread when you shoot, like real life, right? So for shooting birds, it's perfect. You got these small pellets, get it out there. Boom! Bam! Take out all the crows. All right, so there you go, there you go. So next, this one's a little harder. So there are these various logos spread out throughout the stage, right?
Yeah. This is also the Deja Vu mission.
Deja
right?
Vu,
Yeah.
yeah, and Jamais Vu. Locations of these differs depending on the mission, and you'll have to erase these. Right, so how do you erase them? Right, people probably don't even know this in the beginning, but there's a special way to erase them. People remember in the beginning, the opening sequence, you see Skullface erase the XOF logo on the back of the helicopter
With the light.
with a light, with a special blue light. So you have a weapon here that does the same thing. It has a special light attached to it.
I'm really sure
And
most people don't
there you
know
go.
this.
You can erase it. People may not realize this right away. So you have to find this weapon, look for this blue light, then wander around stage and erase all the logos. And you get some special rewards for doing this as well. So you go down here.
Nostalgic games up there.
Yeah, so you see a lot of games from the past, you know, various logos. Some of them don't necessarily disappear. Also, some of them are hidden, like this one here.
Yeah,
behind
you have
the
to.
sign.
Yeah, I used to drive a Jeep into that, but you could also throw a grenade.
Drive a Jeep into it. Just destroy it, right? That sign off of there.
So now
There we go. Now we have a clear shot.
There we go.
All right. So something else maybe users may not have noticed, right?
Yep.
Or not have- maybe they noticed the logos, they didn't know what they were supposed to do with them or how to erase them. Okay, next, the Moai statues. Right, so you have to try and
From Easter Island.
Yes, from Easter Island. You know, these have been in the Metal Gear series forever. You know, there's always a Moai statue or hidden somewhere, so you have to try and find them and shoot them, right?
These are pretty damn hard to find.
These are pretty hard. And
So I
Where's
haven't
the first
found
one, though?
okay, there's one there. How many people found this? Okay, so we got that.
I want to read from people.
Some
How
nostalgic sounds there.
Yeah.
This is another kind of hard to find challenge that's hidden in the game that can add some, you know, some replay value and some extra challenge.
Oh,
Oh,
what's
look
that?
there.
Oh,
Why would you look over there?
seriously.
who put these
There's
statues
some pretty
here?
tough ones.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Some of these are pretty hard to find. So go ahead
Those
and
were
look for
just
them.
two.
Those are two, right? And
I don't know how many, but
yeah, so go ahead and look around the stage, look for these statues, look for all these hidden things, hidden challenges that you can take out.
So a lot of people come to expect a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of hidden gems out there. So
As usual, for Metal
Take your
Gear,
time.
we always do. So, next, I think we're going to move on to some kind of very unusual records. You know, I think last week we talked about some of these very unusual records where, you know, people are driving on two wheels for obscene amounts of time, sending guys flying. So these are hard. These are pretty difficult to get. And maybe people are wondering, how can you get these things? You know, they're just so bizarre. So we just want to show you some tips how maybe you can approach this problem. All right, so
Sorry.
next video, yes.
before we go to the next video, Max, just relax, man. It's all gonna be fine.
The guys in the back.
Yeah,
there, we have
we will
two
explain why.
Yeah, dude, you got like,
He's alive. He's not a statue. Don't worry.
alive.
Quick
Yes.
reminder:
For
we're
now.
checking out comments.
he's getting them crazy eyes.
Right. So
By the way, we're checking out comments on YouTube, Twitter,
so send in the comments. We are checking your comments as
YouTube
well.
and Twitch. We're checking it.
All
So
right.
next video.
Okay, next video.
The
The real Moai statue right here. Don't shoot him.
Yeah. Let's see a red dot. Oh.
All right, now here,
Okay.
these records are the hardcore
Konjo
records.
Yeah.
It's the passion. You have to like really be.
Yeah, the screen was
freakish
burning
to
and
get this.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right, now
That's
people. Okay, so this is going to be that one really unusual record where you can send guys flying, right?
Oh, yeah,
when you blow them up. So this takes some staging, right? And it's nice. You can see here we have a nice quiet area, so we set the stage up ahead of time to make sure that we.
Just get him up.
Yeah, you know,
Oh,
have a
wake
nice
him
area.
up.
Wake him up. Get him in position.
Oh,
Okay,
it's just
there we go.
perfect.
Okay, there we go. We got him. And okay, adjust here. The thing is, the positioning and angle and everything's very important here. So you got to make sure you get him in the right position.
Yeah. So is this Let's playing?
This right now, I think, is Korekawa-san once
Okay.
again. Yeah. And he's got
Just put it on him.
explosives on the guy here. Put some C4 on there.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, just relax.
It's all gonna be okay.
So of course, this is not the way you're. This has nothing to do with the actual mission.
But it has
something-
all to do with
Yes.
what you can do in Ground
Yes,
Zero.
but there's just so much weird things you can do in this game. It is a sandbox. There's a lot of cool challenges you can do. So we're gonna stage things here. Okay, so as you can see, we're putting some C4 here on the ground as well. We're gonna try and do a chain reaction here, right? So blow them off the top onto the one on the bottom and just kind of string them along. So we're gonna set a few here, set a few here on the road. Timing is very important. Because you have to get the to detonate it before it hits the ground, right?
Yep.
And also the angle will vary as well because it's all being calculated, via the physics simulation. If you do it too early or too late, he'll fly in the wrong direction.
I'd like
You
to
gotta
ask.
make sure everything's lined up.
Yeah, I'd like to ask Korekawa-san how many tries.
Oh, I
it took
saw
to
him.
run.
Korekawa-san was like time after time, and then every now and then just like
Get him up on the ledge.
Okay.
Man, look at
All
that.
right. Wow. There you go.
This takes some serious planning.
It
Get
does.
the perfect position there. Man.
kind of got frustrating even watching.
Just do it already.
Okay.
Just get it away.
So now you have to get in a good position to execute here. So you get everything
so you can
set up,
see
right?
everything,
But you have to, because timing is important, you have to make sure you detonate at the right time so you get the right angle. So we have to get to an angle here where you can see him from the side.
Yeah.
This is gonna be great.
Right? So this took several attempts. So let's see.
Boom goes the
Boom
dynamite.
and oh, but he flew off in the wrong direction. Okay, so that was a failure there. All right.
Why are we?
All of them blew up at once. Okay, so yeah. So
It's
the first
real
one, the explosives were too close together. They all went off at the same time. Now we have them more spaced out. And
Oh no.
too early. Too
So
early.
yeah, it took a while.
Yeah. All right. There we go. 17 meters. 70.6. Not bad. Not bad. Right. So that's just a hint. Nowhere near the world record. Which
People watching this can
We
do
can
better.
use it as a basis.
but we want to hear what people think. We want to see your videos, honestly.
So this is what? Two-wheel drive?
This is two-wheel drive. On this area here, the heliport is a good place to do this because there are these odd.
If you
things
feel
on
like
the-
spinning
on the-
around on two wheels for
Probably
5
so.
hours,
Practicing
Yes.
with all the broken Jeeps.
So okay, there we go.
got up on two
Kind of
wheels.
got into it. But just gotta be careful not to hit anything, right? Once you get on two wheels, it's not too hard to maintain it, but it's just getting in the right position. That's kind of the trick. Right, so it's just wandering around. You got to get the right speed, right angle. And just make sure you don't hit anything after you get onto two wheels, right?
Boom.
And there we go. Oh yeah, got it.
Yeah, just keep
There
that
you go.
going for
I'll
another
keep this
5
going
hours.
for 15 hours or so. There you go, world record.
5 hours.
All right.
What's the current record? I
I think the current record is around 15 or something like that.
No
What?
bathroom
Something
breaks.
crazy. I don't know.
No
It's
bathroom breaks.
ridiculous. But
Yeah.
yeah, so this right here, you can do. This right here, anybody can do. So this is an easy one. This really is the the konjo, I guess. It's like how much willpower do you have? How much do you really want to set this record?
The patience.
Because it's just sitting there for 15 hours without eating, without sleeping, just to
Without
get
going
that.
to the bathroom, without
Yes.
anything.
Or maybe you could do it in shifts. I don't know. Get your friend to come in.
John,
hand
here.
the controller off.
We should try that. No, we shouldn't.
Should we challenge people? I want to.
No, we should try it like one.
Should we do it?
The three of us just shifting.
No, let's not.
And then have Jackie stay here overnight and
Yeah.
Just keep it going 24 hours.
20, no, more than 24. Anyway,
let's not do
That's
that.
a Ken corner right there.
So on the Japanese side of things, we had Let's come on the show, and he tried to set a world record with the longest distance headshot. He didn't quite get it. He got, I think, 18th place at the time yesterday, which is not bad.
Not bad.
It's not bad.
And he had to set things up. So basically, the technique was taking the Jeep. First of all, getting the stage nice and quiet.
Yeah.
Getting all the guys out. Then you load some guys onto the Jeep, drive them outside of bounds. At the opposite end of the stage. So you send the Jeep out of bounds. Not if the snake goes out of bounds, you fail the mission. But if you jump out of the Jeep and send the Jeep through the boundary, you're still okay, right? You just let them go as far as you can. Then you go all the way back to the start point, climb up, at the very edge of that cliff where you first climb up at the beginning. Get your sniper rifle and aim all the way across the stage. Try to get the farthest distance possible. Just the physical distance as far as you can, and just try and shoot some guys. And by doing that, he got 18th place.
Which was around.
Which was like 300 something, right?
What was the top one?
Top one? I think was like 300.
I think it's over 400 actually.
Is it over 400 now?
Yeah.
How do you physically do that anyway?
So there are some other ways you can do this. So people out there, I think the hardcore players have actually 470. More than 470. Okay, the record is actually more than 470.
He went all the way doing all
someone,
that, and he's still like
even
100 meters away.
setting things up with the guys all the way on the other side of the stage, he was still about 100 meters short. 450. 450. Okay, 450. Still.
Put him on the chopper, maybe shoot him while he's on the chopper.
So I think it's the chopper. That's something that is probably connected to it. So you can get on the chopper, get high up in the air, and get as far away as you can.
It makes it harder to aim though.
It does make it hard to aim. So if you can get that high, then you are really good. And I think this week we don't have Jackie, unfortunately. But I think next week Jackie will be back.
He's taking some time off. He had a lot of.
Jackie was very busy. Jackie was very busy around launch period.
I remember when I came back from England, I was just like, "Hey, Jackie, how's it going?" I haven't rested for several days. All right, man, take it easy.
He has it on muscle memory by now.
He has it all. It's all year.
So
blindfolded.
So I think on the next episode we should definitely have Jackie here trying to set some records, and we'll try to do that live and see how that goes.
Jackie doesn't want to be on camera, but you guys tell us, leave your comments. If you want to see it on camera, we'll get him here.
And Jackie, if you're watching,
for your live,
you're going to be on the show. All right. So
no one knows what he looks like.
Nobody knows what he looks like.
We can have a Metal Gear Art Studio competition and say, what do you think Jackie looks like?
What do you think Jackie looks like? That's a good one, actually. Yeah. We should do that.
Start right now.
Right now. What does Jackie look like?
you think Jackie
gonna
looks
kill
like?
Who is this mysterious man?
Yeah, we. Disgusting old man on Twitch. Yeah, we work at Kojima Productions, and this is not what we do all the time.
This is not our normal job.
Yeah.
Well, as you guys can see, we obviously spent the whole week preparing for this.
Yeah, you can see the thought process that goes behind it.
No.
So
we're all busy
anyway.
guys.
Yeah. So anyway, keep things rolling. So we did have some stats here as well. That you can see on the app. These again are things that you can see on the free Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes app on iOS and Android. Heat maps, right? So you can see here, this is for the main Ground Zeroes mission. You can see where the most alerts were triggered. Basically, you can see here, red, that's the hot zone, right? Green, so you can see, look, it's pretty much people take where it's all centralized,
It's
right?
where it's risky, when it gets really risky.
This is useful information. So if you're going to sneak in, if you're going to go in, this is kind of like intel before you sneak in. Take a look at the heat map. Might give you some hints on how you can get through. Okay, so that's alert.
Whoops.
All right.
Spoiler alert.
We have on Ground Zeroes, we have the damage. Okay, so it kind of overlaps with the heat map for alerts.
Yeah,
but you can see a little bit more down there.
At the start point.
Start point.
Does
and also the camp
throwing
area.
yourself off the cliff count as damage?
I think if you hurt yourself, I think that probably, I think that would count. So there we go. Okay, so next, that was for Ground Zeroes. Next we're going to see Eliminate the Renegade Threat. So this is the one where you got to take out the two VIPs, right, in the mission, the eye and the finger.
Definitely a different.
This is definitely a different landscape. You can see how the gameplay varies pretty significantly, even though it's the same stage depending on the mission.
It's a hint too of where you can actually see
where
these VIPs.
where these guys will be. So definitely try that out. So this is alert. And the next we have damage here as well.
All right.
Slightly different. You see the vast concentration up there in the northeast area.
Basically, as they enter the base area, headquarters.
All right. So again, all this information is available on the app. Be sure to check it out. You know, if you have any cool records, send it in. Of course, you know, we do have the share button as well on PS4. So
We do have a cumulative.
oh, we have cumulative as we Okay.
Photo
So
missions.
let's just take a
Just
look
to
at
give
it.
you outlook, this
So this
was
is what-
from as of yesterday or the day before.
Okay. See, here we go. Classified intel.
Replacements.
Rendezvous. It's all concentrated right there.
Very concentrated. And there's a as well. A bit different though.
Okay, so try it out, check it out, you know, and see if you can set some records. Now, you know, one thing that will help you set records is understanding how the enemies work.
How do enemies work?
How do the enemies work? And we brought in today as our special guest our AI, one of our AI programmers for Ground Zeroes. His name is Max Preston. Max, welcome to the
Hey,
show.
Max Preston.
All right.
So a lot of comments on Twitch are saying that I'm CG, and they're probably right.
His real name.
I'm a
He does
computer
speak.
program.
He speaks. He speaks.
Sometimes.
All right. So Max, I guess people are probably wondering if you're not CG, who are you?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Oh, what?
No, Max, we're joking.
What do I do?
What do you do?
What's your position,
Right.
your job here?
I'm an AI programmer, and I worked on the enemy AI for Metal Gear Solid 5, Ground Zeroes.
Ground Zeroes.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So AI. So what is AI? Can you maybe just give people a simple, you know, introduction to what all that entails?
Well, AI is basically the whole game.
Okay.
And
Everything.
essentially, so you dude, I'm just props to AI, you know. So basically, you're sneaking through the field, right?
Yep.
The enemy like hears a sound, right?
Yep.
And that's called notice. Internally, we call that the notice system when enemies notice something, right?
Okay, so basically, I think, so one thing that's really cool about Ground Zero is that the enemies react very realistically. You know, and this is something that's different from other games. You know, in a lot of other games, the enemies just kind of run out and kill you, just try to kill you. They're very focused on one objective, and that's it. Ground Zero is more complicated, right? They interact with each other, they do different things, they have different behaviors. Like you said, there's the notice system, right?
Yes. So enemies actually prioritize different things based on, well, it's kind of complicated, but for example, one simple example is that they prioritize like threatening noises versus non-threatening.
So like a threatening noise
yeah,
would
like
be-
gunshots versus
okay.
like magazines.
Okay, so if they hear a gunshot, their attention will be on the gunshot, and you can walk behind them, maybe without drawing too much attention. Or if you throw a magazine, they may ignore it because they're too focused on the gunshot, which is pretty realistic, right? It's like, you know, if you're a guy out in the field and you hear a threatening sound, you're going to focus on that sound. So that's a useful hint, something that people can use. You know,
And also, we have received very positive feedback on the AI, the way the enemies react to your actions. So, well, I think all those nights that you spent back there were worth it.
So they, you know, so I guess threats one thing they respond to, right?
Another thing is if they're focused on like a fallen comrade or like an escaped hostage or like the helicopter, they'll be like kind of concentrating on that, and it's easier to sneak around them.
Right,
They might
right.
not notice you as easily.
Flank them.
Flying, right? So
Yes.
so that's another thing, right? So you could do things like distract them, maybe take out one of their buddies. They'll see the buddy go down. They'll all be over there, and you know they'll be distracted. You can sneak around them. Likewise, if you blow something up, that'll draw their attention, and you can sneak
So
around.
make use of our great AI.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Right? And you're going to
yes.
teach them how.
Yeah, you're gonna show
outsmart
people a
Yes.
couple of
Okay,
things
so-
that they may have no noticed.
So you know, one other thing I think that people may not realize is AI is more than just the enemy movements, right? Well, what exactly does AI entail?
Well, AI also like encompasses the interactions between the player and the enemies. And there's a lot involved there.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. So, and here to help us explain this, you actually
Yes.
prepared a special video. Is that correct?
Indeed.
Oh, you did.
I actually spilled blood for this video.
Spilled
literally.
blood. Spilled blood.
My bad, man.
Did
Sorry,
Mendoza
my
do
bad,
something horrible to you?
There was,
Oh, yes.
it was
Okay.
a casualty, an accident. It was not intentional at all. But don't mess with Mexicans. I'm telling you, don't mess with Mexicans. But
Okay.
yeah, it wasn't
Don't mess with the Mexican.
Yeah,
All right.
we kept
Moral of the
filming,
story.
kept
Okay.
filming,
Let's
yeah.
just leave it at
All right.
Leave it at that. We're not going into
So-
details.
Well, let's see it.
Dangerous territory. We
let's see
start pressing this
Let's
button.
see it. All right. All right. Let's see the video.
お願いします。
Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you some groundbreaking AI from Metal Gear
That's not
Solid 5
amateurish at all.
Ground Zeroes. If you don't try this at home, it's kind of dangerous. So first I'm going to show you how you can steal a gun from an enemy soldier
Dangerous.
and use it to hold him up.
Okay. All right. Just the evil dude.
Give me your gun.
I see. That's
Yeah, okay. Well, no, wait. Yeah.
That's pretty much ground zeros right
That's
there.
pretty much
Yeah. Okay.
And,
You got some. You got some.
Exactly like the game, right?
Just like that.
Just like
Just like
the
that.
game.
zeros in a
Yes.
nutshell, man.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm having
yeah, I
a
noticed you
hard
did have
time
a
thinking of the
cut on your arm. Is that
Yeah.
from Mendoza?
Yes.
Yes.
Do we have
I told you.
Okay, well, okay.
Mexicans don't like snitchers.
Let's see. Okay, so that was Max's
Stealing.
reenactment. So that was stealing a weapon, right? So what kind of AI is involved with that?
What kind of AI?
Yeah,
Basically, you take their gun, point it at them,
Right.
they freak out, go into hold up.
So they
They're
have
all
to
good.
react, right? So
They
the
have to
enemies have to react to that
Indeed.
interaction. Okay, cool. So let's see how it actually looks in the game. All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
sneak
so
in
you
here,
got to
sneak in here, approach them, take the gun, and bam!
Bam, reflex mode canceled.
Just like the way we did it.
There it is.
Hold
Just
up.
like,
Max
down.
just like the video.
Yes,
Okay.
Snake has CQC training.
There you go.
Helps
Okay.
out in real life.
One other thing, though, that people may not realize is that this varies depending on context, right? So if you're in alert, you try to do the same thing, though. I'll just knife you in the face, right?
Fast.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so in this case, you know, if you're not in alert mode, then you can hold the guy up. If you're in alert, of course, they're already in battle mode, and
Yes.
they will try to knife you, right?
Yeah, they'll knife you.
Okay,
Watch
so-
out.
Watch out. Okay, so.
That's
right.
a new addition to the
That
game.
is new.
That is new.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they had knife attacks like that before.
Well, so I heard. Well, the behavior is new, right? So
Yes.
usually they try to shoot you, but now they knife you. So that's cool.
Indeed.
So
Okay.
there's a little bit of a CQC from the enemy as well, right? Since they're
Yes.
close distance. It's cool.
Okay. So what do we have next, Max? What are you going to show us?
All right, so next is about strangling enemies in
Strangling
combat.
enemies. Okay. Strangling enemies. Let's take a look at the video.
One more thing you can do is strangle combat and use them as shields. It's really useful because you know these guys can shoot at me, right? Jeez, bud! I said I would flank you.
Ken's like tickling him with his
Just for the record,
could have gotten some.
we didn't have too much time to do this, and I kept begging Max, my neck is here, not
was he
here.
grab- what
For
was he
some
grabbing?
reason, Max kept like, he's like, no, my neck is here, dude.
Heat of the moment, man.
Disclaimer, you know that's why Max is a programmer, not
a mocap back.
although that may work on women. You know, they
Probably
might
not.
not.
No, or the I don't know. No.
All right.
Thank you. Okay.
So okay, so that
Yeah.
was holding them hostage, right?
Yes.
So the moral of the story is, you can grab them, but enemies will flank you, right?
Yes, in combat, you can actually use that to get distance, and enemies will stop shooting for a while, so you can actually like shoot a few of them out
Right.
and like recover some health.
Okay, so it's a useful technique. Hold them hostage. You can take guys out, but you're not completely safe.
Yes.
That's the moral of the story, right? Okay, so let's see how it looks in the game. Yeah, you can see the wonderful expert camera work here. Obviously, this is not Jackie. This was actually Max playing. Okay, there you go. So you see he spun around. There's no one behind him. Took out a couple of guys. He was working for a little while. Then he got jabbed from behind.
Yes, just
Just
like in
like
real
in
life.
the video.
Just like in real life.
Okay.
When you try to do that in real life, this might happen.
This is what'll happen in real life. It's all real. Okay.
Yes.
You're getting good comments.
Getting good comments?
Stud Masters, laughing my A off.
Cool.
LOLs, wrecked. Epic fail.
That's what we're going for.
Epic fail.
Just as planned.
Yes.
Very good one on
Really
Twitch.
saying Japanese.
Ivan_F says Max 4 DLC skin, so
Yeah.
you're gonna be a DLC skin.
Yeah.
Phil Akiba212 has named you Fiddle Hero 2014.
Fiddle Hero.
That's
For all the wrong reasons.
So Fiddle Hero. What do we got next?
Next.
Well, next video. Okay?
I think okay. So
Yeah, let's roll the video.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's just
find
look at
out.
the video. All right.
Here we go.
So as we saw last week, throw a magazine at a guard's head during reflex mode and knock them out. Let me demonstrate right now. and that's how it's done. What are you doing?
Wow.
Can't happen.
The hazards of the job. You know, you got the helmet, but
You didn't have your cup.
Yeah.
Nope.
So that's what happens when you have programmer produce a video. I hope everyone. Well, you're a very good programmer.
It's good. Programming. Let's stick to the day job.
Stick to the.
But cool, yeah. So magazines,
that was
right?
a magazine.
Magazine. Okay. So how did I hear? There's a cool story actually about how this came about.
Yeah, actually
right?
there is. One of our designers from our LA studio came to Tokyo and actually was playing a beta version of Ground Zeroes. And he was just stealthing around and he got discovered from a security camera. It's out of the blue.
Right.
And he was actually equipped with a magazine. He tried to shoot it out, but he threw a magazine at the camera. And it hit the camera, but nothing happened. And he got caught by the camera, and it just became
and
alert,
it was
right?
horrible and
It was horrible. And it was
What are you doing, guys?
and then we were like, we have to change this. If like 1% of our users like actually does this exact same thing, it'd be awesome if something happened, you know?
Right.
Yeah, so it's kind of a cool Easter egg. I just put it in that night, like put in a few lines of code.
I remember that. I remember he came by our cubicle. Okay, we're gonna put in the magazine's gonna knock people out. It's gonna be cool.
Yes. And it happened,
It happened.
We put it in.
Cool.
It was pretty awesome, and everyone liked it. So then we added the sound effect.
Yeah.
We added it for the camera as well as the enemy soldiers, and
it is pretty
awesome.
epic. I think, you know, if
It's epic.
it is.
you know, it is.
Brilliant.
It is. You know, you got that slow motion with the mag flying at the guy.
And that quick pose the soldier makes right before as they get hit, I love it.
It's
like-
awesome.
I love the snake.
That's not all.
technique.
It doesn't just work for magazines.
It's all sidearm.
It also
Okay.
works for grenades.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And we have footage for this.
We have
by the
footage.
way.
We do. Okay.
Yes,
let's
we do.
Let's take a
roll
look. Do you get blown up in this?
The player does not get blown up
Okay.
unless you're nearby.
Oh, he's going for the grenade.
A grenade.
There it is.
Oh, nice. And, oh.
There went your no kill.
Well, that was. Didn't get the no kill on that one.
But it's awesome.
But it's awesome. Right? I recommend it.
So Max, there's an interesting question in Twitch for you. It says, do you get AM to SF whatever? Do you get special bonus points when hitting enemies in the crotch with your magazine clip?
You should.
Maybe that'll be in.
Maybe that will be in the next one.
Maybe next game. I think we should add
Koji
that.
Pro respect.
Yes, we should add that in.
Okay, so we'll work on that.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool
The
stuff.
magazine thing is pretty
That was the
cool.
magazine
I'd
thing.
also like to say I'd really love to see someone do a magazine knockout only speed run of Ground Zeroes. Like only magazine knockouts. That's it. And go for some like long distance records with that. It'd be pretty cool.
And we have a video for that.
Yeah, and I get a video in here.
Yeah.
Really, you do?
Do we?
I don't know.
That's for the fans.
That's for the fans.
Yes.
Okay, that's for you guys.
We want to see the videos.
Set the record.
Make some awesome
Let's do a
videos.
speed run with the magazine or grenade. Make Max happy. All
Yes,
right.
make me happy.
And he'll come back and comment on it. Maybe. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. All right. So AI. Cool stuff. Okay. So we got that. Next, we're going to move on to our contest, which we kicked off last week.
Yes.
Now we've had a lot of good response to this contest.
Yes,
actually, a lot of
very
cool drawings coming in.
Yeah.
You know,
guys are talented.
yeah. So as a reminder, you know, this is for the limited edition. Actually, not even limited edition. This is like exclusive.
Yeah.
Ground Zeroes down jacket, which was only distributed at the boot camp event here in Japan at Nasu. So this is only given to press and staff members at the event. We only have 8 of these left, which means we'll be giving these out very, very rare. Right?
Yeah.
So we're going to give these away. Now, originally last week we announced that we give away one of these wonderful Puma jackets to someone who you know, had a nice illustration that they sent in through the art studio. But we had such a good response that we're going to up the ante a little bit. We're going to give away 2 of these.
Give it to him.
2 of these. All right. Yes, free sound. Okay. And in addition, because we have so many entries, we're also gonna give you some of these cool stickers we have here.
Kojima
Kojima Station. That's
I
our
put
logo
that on
there.
my suitcase.
Stick this on your suitcase, on
I
your
put it on my jacket, dude. It's
TV,
awesome.
I want to
whatever.
have it on my guitar right here.
on your
Have
guitar. There
it
you go.
all
Could I
over
get
the
one?
place.
You could.
Put
There
it
you
on my
go.
phone and stuff.
So there's usage for
All right.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many ways to use these. Okay, so
Looking good.
the winners will get these, and we'll get some honorable mentions as well.
There's gonna be a lot.
There's gonna be a lot.
Yeah.
We'll try to get Shinkawa-san to comment on them. See if he had any comments on some of the cool pictures, and give away some prizes. So in exchange for that, we're gonna extend it by 1 week. Okay, so we're gonna give you till next week. So you have until the 10th of April, right, to get your stuff done.
Let me just
Send it.
ruin our life right here. So Chris, me, and Sean will be doing one piece.
Yes.
Yes, we'll do it as
Do it all
well.
at Max as well.
Yes, I think everyone on this show should do one.
But please take note, none of us is
did
an
it
artist,
last
so it will be more of a
But
joke
you have to do it
than
in the
anything.
art studio. All
But
right,
the thing is, I want one of those stickers. So.
There's 4 canvases and they're always taken.
Yeah.
So it's hard to find
It's
that.
No,
just
there's
pretty coveted, yeah. So and actually,
terrific
we can
response.
show you the interface as well. So if we can bring up the web page, this is going to be artstudio.metalgearsolid.com. You can see here. This is what it looks like, and you can see here people are painting.
Yeah,
right now.
Sometimes it's a bit slow, but
And canvases are full. You can see a lot of cool
Wow.
pictures of Snake. The theme here is Big Boss. So obviously a lot of Big Boss.
Like a boss.
But people are doing their own takes on it.
That's nice.
Nice, very nice skills here.
It's
so
all
People are
nice.
asking if the guitar is a prize as well.
Okay, like a boss. And here we have, this is cool, Shinkawa-san. He is a boss. Let's take a look at that one. Okay, so this is how it works. So you got the drawing, and the cool thing about the art studio is you can actually play it back and see how the people drew this. So if we hit the play button right now, you can see how the guy actually drew this.
He's fast.
He's fast. He's fast. So,
Is this actual real time?
This is, well, it basically logs each stroke that you
okay,
take,
okay,
right?
yeah.
So if you take one stroke and then you take like 10 seconds to think about it before you do your next stroke, that 10-second gap won't be reflected. It's just each stroke. But every stroke that you take is reflected in this art studio. So you can see exactly how they did things. If they messed up and erased, you can see that.
Modern day Bob Ross.
It is. It's very cool. And
There we have a very happy cloud.
so you can see, yeah, it's Shinkawa-san here. So I think we'll have to talk to Shinkawa-san as well and get his comment on this. This is pretty cool. And also maybe if we're lucky, get him to draw something on here as well.
Yeah, he's done it in the past.
He's done it in the past when we first kicked off the art studio. So if people want to go and check out the art studio. You can scroll down. I think it was a while ago, so it's a little kind of buried right now. But you can
But
go
we
and
have
look
a
for
highlight
Shinkawa-san's.
section in
Yeah.
the art studio as well, so people
can take a look
go
for
and
it.
check the highlight section.
Yeah, and look for Shinkawa-san's illustration in there. He drew a nice picture of Snake, and so next week we'll try to get some comments for all of you who wrote in. Enter some drawings. We'll have our own drawings up here. We can't guarantee quality for that.
No, it's gonna be a joke.
It will be a joke.
It's supposed to be a joke. It's not that we suck at drawing or anything.
But
So even if we're good at drawing, we're not allowed to draw good. Is that what you're saying?
No, you should. We should
No,
do our
we're going
best.
for the win.
We're going for the
gonna go
win.
for the win.
Are we
gonna try and
don't have one
steal
of
this?
those.
I'm mostly
from
going
fans?
for a
Are we
sticker.
gonna steal this? Okay, let's do that. So yeah.
Yeah, we try 100%, we'll still lose. That's kind of the
We'll try to
deal.
steal
right?
a prize from you guys. We'll do our best. All right, so there we go. So Shinkawa-san illustration, very cool.
Yeah.
All right, so people, access that. Another thing that we have going on right now on Twitter is it's something that kind of got kicked off by our U.S. branch and European branch, but we have this Like a Boss hashtag campaign, right?
Yep.
So if you have cool screenshots of just doing cool things, really bizarre things in the game, send them over and tag it with the Like a Boss hashtag.
Yeah.
We want to see that. Japan had something similar going on. They call it I think it's the Warzone picture photograph campaign. So
We have a few
we want to see it.
screenshots.
Yeah, and some of these are actually brought in from the Japanese side. I
Oh,
think.
cool.
So we'll take a look at those screenshots right now. Okay. All right, yeah, holding up Like a Boss.
Little max action there.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what they're doing.
Oh my god.
I don't know what's going on there.
Dude,
but
how
it is
many
Like a Boss.
hostages did Sneak got there? That's pretty
Are we
awesome.
allowed to show this? What's going on?
And this, just going cruising.
I've seen a lot. I told the other day Hideo was tweeting about all this field
This
trips.
is obviously during the Deja Vu mission.
Like a boss.
Reliving some old times.
Like an actual boss.
Yes.
That's
Chilling.
worth like a bus.
Chilling, that
That's
is
really like a
definitely-
bus.
Soccer
Boss.
team picture.
It's like a picnic.
Right, next.
Awesome.
Oh,
This takes some time.
Okay.
This probably
Wow.
This took some setup.
Yeah.
And I think this one actually won the award on the Japanese
It did.
contest.
I was there.
And yeah, this is cool. So we want to see more stuff like this. You know, interesting ways that you can use, you know, the game engine, the stage, because there's a lot of cool elements there that you can take advantage of.
Yeah, just play
Take some
around with it.
screenshots, play around with it, and tweet it. Use the Like a Boss hashtag, and we'll introduce some cool, funny ones on the next show. And
Will do.
yeah, it's a cool thing. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for
Just
this
one
week.
quick question.
Yeah. Already?
Big J998. I'm 7'3". Do you guys have a jacket? I don't think.
We have,
It's an extra
okay, so
large.
this is extra large,
7 foot.
but it's Japanese size,
Size,
extra large. So if you're 7 feet tall, might be a little tight.
Still, you can have a nice gift
but-
for a potential
Yeah,
girlfriend.
you
or
can
anything.
give this to your girlfriend. You can give this to a good bud.
Well, one of our
you know.
big staff members actually wore it, and he's pretty big too.
Yeah.
He just couldn't zip it up. So just wear it
fine,
open,
it's fine.
wear
Just wear it
something nice
open.
underneath.
That works. So for next week, Chris actually won't be here.
Oh, that's true.
That's right.
Oh,
right.
you're
So
gonna-
he's going to be gone off on a special mission to
He'll
LA.
leave his drawing though before he leaves.
He will. Yes. We need your spirit. We need you there in spirit.
You're gonna just trash my
your
drawing. Trash
You'll
it.
be the only one. Don't worry.
But you know, so you will be in LA doing
Yeah.
some VO.
Yeah.
So what are you going to be doing there?
So main job there is to get VO for
Yep.
the games coming up.
Yep.
And while I'm there, I want to have some actors who are coming in to, you know, have some time for an interview at the end, and hopefully we get some interview questions from our viewers here,
Absolutely.
and see what we can get from them, right?
Yeah, so we're going to have a lot of people, you know, coming in on the VO sessions. We don't know how much time we can get with each guy.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you're not there for interviews. You're there to record voice for
Yep.
Pound of Pain. So
Priorities.
we'll try to get some interviews in there. You know, in particular, I think, you know, two of the high-profile guys that'll be in next week, or you know, next week, will be Miller and Ocelot.
Yeah.
So Robin Downs and Troy
Troy,
Baker, right? Two very well-known voice actors and motion actors. So if you have questions for them, send it in.
Yeah.
And even if you have questions for other actors, send them in. You know, we'll have an archive of that, and
Yeah.
whenever
We still have
can
plenty
take
of sessions
whenever you can
coming
take an interview, steal some time from the actors.
Yeah.
We'll sneak that in, and we'll try to get that on the show after the next, maybe if we can get that in time.
Definitely.
All right, so send that in. You can send that in to our Facebook page. You can also visit our official page. Just do a Google search for Kojima Station. We have an official homepage here at Kojima Productions.
Yeah, so now we have hashtags.
Hashtags, yes.
I believe the hashtag Koji underbar.
I think it's just
Sta.
KojiSta.
KojiSta.
Koji underbar sta.
Koji underbar sta. So
Yeah, that's the one that
hashtag
we're
Koji underbar
using.
sta. Put that up. We'll check all of that. But the easiest way, the guaranteed way to have us see it is to go to the official homepage, and we have a comment box there,
Yep.
and we'll always look at all of those. If it's on Facebook, we'll try to look look at as much as we can, but there are hundreds of comments, so we can't guarantee we'll get all of them. And of course, you know, we're looking at the comments that you guys are tweeting right now. We have one that says, "What's VO?" We probably should explain that.
Yeah.
VO stands for voiceover.
Voiceover. So we're going to do voice recording in LA.
And what's your name, Programmer Son?
Programmer Son.
Programmer Chen.
Max Preston.
Max
I
Preston.
thought you weren't supposed to say your.
AKA Moai
AKA.
Also,
statue.
by the way,
Well, why?
Moai.
also a lot
why
of people are
French?
sending more questions. Please keep in mind we cannot answer every question.
can't answer all
especially
of them. We'll try.
I know people have a lot of questions related to the Phantom Pain. You'll have to wait for our next big announcement. We cannot, but we try to answer as much as possible. So sorry
Okay,
about
so I
that.
think, so Ludo, are you going to lead us out here?
Lead us out.
Ludo's ready now.
All right. All right. So thank you everybody for watching, and we'll see you next week. All right.
Yeah. Woo.
Hasta luego.